So I just recently did a marathon stream where I played Kingdom Hearts 2 Critical Mode, and I didn't stop the stream until I beat it. After playing the game on Critical Mode for 15 hours straight, I thought I could accurately rank the hardest main story bosses. Again, I will only be ranking the main story bosses, so that means no Sephiroth, none of that lingering will, no data bosses, none of that crap. Because, well, I've never actually tried to beat them, which means I can't accurately rank them. So maybe in a future video, I don't know. I know everybody has different experiences with bosses in this game, so please don't get mad at me for this list. These are my personal experiences with these bosses. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Here are top 10 hardest Kingdom Hearts 2 main bosses. So I can already tell you that this is going to be a vastly different list than what you're used to. Certain bosses that I had no issue with in standard mode gave me the absolute worst time in critical mode, and the bosses I had the most trouble with in standard mode were the easiest in critical mode, and I literally have no idea why. So anyways, number 10, Science. Yeah, so you probably didn't see that one being number 10, but like I said, this list is going to be a lot different than a lot of others you've seen probably. Now, I would honestly say Sykes was just as hard for me in standard mode as he was in critical mode, so as long as you just dodge roll away from his attacks while in berserk mode until you get a hold of his lunatic axe, he's honestly a piece of cake. Now, I did die like 2 to 3 times, but once I understood the idea behind it, I honestly got him pretty easily. Oh. Number 9. Dimix. So Dimix used to literally be the hardest boss in Kingdom Hearts 2 back when I used to play it on the PlayStation 2 as a kid. I struggled with Dimix for literal days back when I first tried to beat him. My whole family joined in on this boss fight, and I'm not even kidding, until my older sister finally beat him. So Dimix has a pretty special spot in my heart, but in critical mode, I honestly didn't struggle much at all. You just have to stay on your toes during the fight. You can only get a few hits in before he hits back, so you just have to be prepared to dodge and to block. And do not rush the fight. If he's doing this attack, do not try to hit him or it will cost you the fight. Oh yeah, and drive forms do work wonders against him. Let's go! Number 8. The MCP. I really did not want to put the MCP on this list, but he killed me way more times than I would like to say. In standard mode, I had this fella beat easily and quickly, but it's a whole different story in critical mode. So if I'm being honest, I freaking hate this fight. It's probably my least favorite in this whole entire game. Those stupid wall laser things are the dumbest part of this fight, because they deal so much flippin' damage that getting hit twice will kill you. But this is his only attack. This boss, honestly, is not really that hard. I think I was just trying to rush the fight, and so I kept failing. I wasn't taking my time. So just take it slow, be patient, and do not get hit with those stupid wall lasers or whatever they are. Number 7. The Ground Shak. Another boss that I was hesitant to add, but it just gave me an absolutely awful time. You know, at one point I actually gave up on this fight, and I eventually came back and finished it. Now, this thing may seem slow, but if you're not paying attention and you get stomped once while he's doing his little walking thing, and you're trying to attack his eye, you're definitely getting hit a second time, and that's all it takes to kill you. Not to mention the fire that's just going to randomly shoot up from the ground and completely ruin your night. Another stupid part is trying to catch up to him to hit the reaction command before he exits the arena. If you're not right on top of him, it's nearly impossible to catch him by that point. So my advice for this fight is to not attack while he's walking. Just walk back, wait for him to get done, and then attack. And to watch out for the random fire. I don't really know how to explain it. It just shoots up out of the ground at random moments. Just try to be dodging it. And stay on top of him when the reaction command pops up. Thank God. Number 6. Luke Sword. Luke Sword was a pleasant challenge, actually. I really did enjoy this fight. You know, I struggled a tiny bit more with him in critical mode compared to standard mode, but not enough to make me, want to scream. It tested my abilities, but didn't make me want to cry. This is the part that I struggled with the most, though. But after the first death, I figured it out. Luck Sword can honestly be comboed to death. If you just combo him, quickly follow him when he teleports, then combo him again, and just rinse and repeat, he's a pretty fun fight, but a slightly challenging one.
It's over. Play the game quite well.
Number 5. Zimus. Zimus being the final boss would make you think he'd be the hardest, but that's not the case. Zimus definitely was a challenge, I'm not going to lie, but once you memorize his attack patterns, it makes him a whole lot easier. It may take a couple of deaths, but eventually you can memorize him pretty well. Just be prepared to spam triangle a lot. If you miss one of those reaction commands, good luck. He will probably kill you in either one combo or two. I did enjoy the Zimus fight. I didn't necessarily enjoy spamming triangle repeatedly, but still, it's overall a good, challenging final boss fight. Yeah, there we go. We freaking did it! Number 4. Oogie Boo. This fat sack of crap. I love this boss fight in standard mode, but in critical mode, it made me want to rip my hair out. At first, he's not much, but once he says this,
hope you like the Oogie gift I picked out for you.
It becomes a challenge. It's not the fact that the Heartless that spawn aren't that hard to kill, it's the fact that your attention is not on the Heartless, but Oogie. So if you're not paying attention and they attack you, it will probably leave you dead. By the end of the fight, there are so many different things to keep track of between the lightning, the bombs going off, the Heartless, and having to still hit triangle to knock him down. It becomes a real hassle and a real pain. For this fight, you have to be aware of everything and have extremely good reflexes to dodge and block whatever is thrown at you. This fight definitely had me raging. And maybe it was because I'm supposed to beat the Aladdin world first, but you know, whatever. Oh, thank God we did it. Number 3. Barbosa. Isn't it weird how I struggled with more of the Disney bosses in the organization? I don't understand that. Anyway, Barbosa has some of the most powerful combos in this game. If you get hit with one, you are dead. Plus, he can shoot you from a distance, which can very easily kill you if you're low. So that's really cool. And oh, did I forget to mention that if he's in a shaded area, he's invincible. So he has to be standing in certain spots before you can hit him. Oh, and yeah, one more thing. If you think you can just wait back and let him attack Jack or Donald or Goofy or whoever you've equipped until you can get a hit in, you're actually wrong, because if Jack dies, the fight is done and you have to start completely over. So for a Disney boss fight, this was a very difficult one. Barbosa is another one you have to memorize so you know when to dodge and wait for the perfect moment to strike. Because like I said, he hits you with that combo, you're done. Come on, let's go! Let's go. Number 2. Scar. Yeah, so this fight, well, I really, and I mean I really struggled with this fight, okay? Scar is literally the hardest Disney boss I've fought in, I think, the whole series. I think the main reason is probably because you're in the lion form, so you don't have your main abilities, which really flippin' sucks. Scar has so many different combos and moves that can easily kill you quickly and almost one-hit you. Scar gets stunned rather easily, to be honest, but he recovers really quick. So if you don't jump back on him, be prepared to wait it out till you get another opening. Of course, there's no drive forms available at this time since you're in lion form, and that's just attack on an extra layer of difficulty. And don't even get me started on this move. You would think that you could just, you know, like dodge it, and then he would just keep going across the arena, and then come back and you dodge it again. No. When you dodge it, he quickly bolts around, bolts right back at you, while you're still doing the animation of your little dodge move. And then he hits you again. And I'm pretty sure it's a one hit. And if it's not a one hit, it's a two hit. So I really, if I'm being honest, I don't know how to dodge this move entirely. And I think I just got lucky in the boss fight and somehow managed to miss it. But Scar definitely had me ready to take my controller and smash it into pieces. But I was definitely very, very excited when I finally beat him. Literally beat him. Before we get to the number 1 spot, I do have an honorable mention. Zaldin. Zaldin would have been in my top 3 had I not fought him in critical mode. This fight is seriously so simple if you just don't rush it and do what you're supposed to do with like that memorize reaction command. If you can just keep hitting Zaldin with that, he is super easy to just finish. Just hit him with the memorize move and then combo him. I have never in my life done Zaldin that easily. Alright, we have made it to the number 1 hardest Kingdom Hearts 2 boss, and it is none other than Roxas. Gosh, where do I even start with this fight? Roxas gave me more trouble than I ever knew I could have with this game. I will say it. Roxas is by far the hardest boss I have ever beaten in any video game. And I played Elden Ring, okay? I spent around an hour and a half to like 2 hours on this live stream trying to beat him. The fact that his opening move can literally one-shot you is absolutely terrifying. Roxas's combos are so long and difficult that it's near impossible to dodge or block, so you just have to kind of just dodge roll your best. Now, the reflective magic ability is your best friend in this fight. I have no idea if it's even possible without that ability. Limit form, that's also a fantastic thing to use. That's how I beat him, was using Reflect and Limit. The amount of different moves Roxas has makes it seriously hard to memorize. It's going to take a lot of deaths probably for you before you can even slightly memorize just the first part. The other hard thing about memorizing his moves is that there's no cue to know what move he's about to do. So like his build up to all of his moves are so similar with just slight little differences that you have to see those slight differences and really pay attention to know what he's about to do to get prepared. When he starts to use that stupid light magic, the whole fight becomes about 10 more times difficult than what it already was. When he moves to the middle of the arena and starts shooting light orbs at you, yeah, you'd better be ready to dodge roll perfectly, or else you're more than likely dead. Because if one of those orbs hits you, if it's not one of the last ones, if it's one of the ones in the middle of his attack, another one's going to hit you and you're dead. Now, if you're lucky enough to trigger the ability to steal his Keyblades, he can resist your combos and use these random light powers to destroy you. I seriously thought that it was going to be impossible for me to beat him. And I thought I was going to have to end the stream and not finish it in one sitting, which was super depressing. But I decided that I was not going to give up, and I kept fighting, and I almost gave up. But somehow I managed to finally beat him. And that is seriously the most joy I have felt beating a boss since I was a child when we beat Dimix, like I said earlier. This is it, baby. I said it. I said it from the start. I said I'm freaking done with him. Let's go. Get on my level, baby. Let's freaking go. Well, there you have it. The top 10 hardest Kingdom Hearts 2 main bosses. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was a little bit of a change compared to some of the other lists. That's just my personal experiences. I know it's different, but hey, if you did enjoy it, I would definitely appreciate it if you could hit that like button. And go ahead and subscribe, you know, hey, it's free. Why not, you know? If you enjoyed it, I appreciate it. If you'd like to see me try some of the secret bosses like Sephiroth, the Lingering Will, or the Data bosses on a live stream, let me know down below in the comments, and we'll see what happens. I'm absolutely terrified to even attempt them. But anyways, again, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a blessed evening, morning, day, night, wherever you're at in the world. Have a blessed one, guys. I love you all. One more time, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.